Hello guys, ¿cómo están todos guys? Ahora parezco mi tía Angie bien pelona guys. Ay, ojalá que todos se les esté pasando muy bonito esta tarde guys. We went live earlier today, but my phone died and I said I'm gonna give it some time for it to charge, so we're back at it. We have a lot to talk to, a lot to discuss. Tenemos mucho que platicar, guys. Les tengo bastante chismazo de mi suegra, my personal life. We're going to discuss about addictions. We're going to discuss about support. We're going to discuss a lot of different topics esta bonita tarde, guys. Ojalá que todos se les esté pasando muy bien esta tarde, guys. So, we're going to begin with my suegra, guys, and we're going to bring up certain individuals who have been messaging my page, and I know I talked about it in my previous life, but I want to address it again one more time aquí con ustedes, guys. You know, earlier today we had a good crowd, but we lost signal, so I want to address this one more time. A lo mejor así agarra la onda esta gente, guys, que paren de mamá la borrega. Just wait a couple of minutes so that some of y'all could tune in with us and follow us and hear our video, share our video, like our video, thumbs up to everybody. Que Dios me los bendiga a cada uno de ustedes, guys. Pero vamos a empezar el show esta bonita tarde, guys. Temprano hoy. I know it's Saturday. A lot of you have a lot of functions with family, or you stay and watch movies, whatnot. So I want to put on a great show this afternoon, guys. Para ustedes, para todos ustedes que están aquí con nosotros esta bonita noche, guys. Empezamos con un chismazo, guys. El chismazo is the first person who I want to address. Hey, Jaime, nos cortas bien gacho on Facebook. I'm sorry, Vanessa. I'm sorry. Pero yo les dije que iba a venir para YouTube, mi amor. Yo les dije, voy para YouTube. Y aquí te tengo, amigocha. Todavía, mira, tengo tu regalito que me regalaste hace tiempo. Mi Luis Valdés Purse. Este, guys, es de marca. Pero no importa, guys. Me gusta. Yo no voy a andar presumiendo de lo que no tengo. I'm not going to go take a picture outside the Louis Vuitton store. Porque si no hay, ¿qué andas haciendo, pendeja de mi suegra? So, guys, les voy a contar el chismazo que la Carvajal, la prima Carvajal, la Julie Guerrero, messaged my page. Or my Facebook. She said, I want no contact with you. Don't talk about me. Don't talk about... Mamacita, if you don't want me to talk about you, plain and simple, tú deja de hablar de mí. Yo no hablo de ti, tú no hablas de mí, se acaba el pinche pedo, pero no. Te gusta mover el hocico through fake profiles. ¿Para qué te haces pendeja? ¿Para qué te haces pendeja, prima? Si yo no me meto contigo y yo no hablo de ti, ¿qué andas haciendo tú? Las originales, I have those. Ay, pásame una desgraciada, una así igual como esta, la Mailman Purse. So, como les digo, guys, si yo no hablo de la pendeja esa, entonces ya para qué andan haciendo fake profile. Hey, Danny, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué andan haciendo fake profiles trying to criticize me, trying to speak down about me or whatnot? You're irrelevant to me, mi amor, pero when you like to talk shit, of course I'm going to talk shit about you. Of course I'm going to address you. Y si no te gusta, mejor quédate callada, plain and simple. Ahí andas de burro por delante haciéndole caso a la narizona, a la hip hop violator. ¿Qué andas haciendo entremetida tú? ¿Qué andas entremetida tú peleando battles that don't even belong to you? Si la narizona, la hip hop violator, quiere andar ahí de entremetida, quiere andar ahí de metiche, moviendo el hocico, bueno, deja que ella pelee sus own battles. Ahí vas tu burro por delante, metiendo la cuchara por la otra pinche narizona de mi suegra, que ni te pela, roca. A lot of you peacocks están bien pendejas, and excuse my language, but a bunch of you all peacocks are bien pendejas, because esta pinche suegra de mía, she just scams you, she uses you, y les vale verga what you do with your personal life. Si cagan o mean, y si te tragan o se las cogen, she doesn't care. Si se la está cargando la chingada, unas de ustedes se están muriendo de depression, se están muriendo de anxiety por tacotes, breast cancer, all these illnesses that you all have, y Dios las cure y las sana y todo el pinche pedo. Pero, what are y'all doing over there with somebody who doesn't give a fuck about you all, is my question. Somebody nomás que se llega al first, dame dinero. Se llega al third, dame dinero. Se llega al 16, dale dinero a mi hija. Se llega otro day, dale dinero a Jodito. Se llega otro day, dale dinero al otro retard. Se llega al otro day, que dinero para la transmission. Y dinero para otro function. Like, so many damn excuses to make money a month. And the thing is que the peacocks need to realize that you're only getting scammed. You're only getting used. Pero ahí siguen de pendejas. But going back to la prima Carvajal. Mamacita, we all know it's you, Julie Guerrero. Now, if you don't want me to address you, and you don't want me to bring you up, then I suggest just to stop talking about me, to stop messaging me, especially my personal profile, and stop threatening me that you went to PD, that you filed this, you filed that. You address things on your own. You do what you gotta do. I'm not going to stop you from doing a report. I'm not going to stop you from addressing the IP address of a fake profile. I can't do that. You do what you got to do to protect yourself. Of course, I'm going to do what I got to do to protect myself as well. Now, La Otra en Arizona, who's trying to use official oppression to intimidate other people, that shit's got to stop. You can't be going and messaging people and telling them, oh, I'm going to go with this judge to have you arrested. I'm going to call to Judge Garza to have you arrested. You can't be doing that, mamacita. Por eso tu esposo no tiene trabajo. That's why your husband was moved as a chief of the fire department. Lo corrieron. Por eso lo corrieron. Because you guys abuse of your power, right? You need to know your role. And you're not an elected official, I understand that, but you're a HIPAA violator, which is even worse, mi amor. So before you go out there and you want to address concerns or want to go speak about me on any platform, make sure you get your shit straight, mi amor. And I'm going to tell you something. The individual who you're trying to threaten that you're going to remove her granddaughter from her daughters is not going to happen. I'm not going to allow that to happen. I will help that individual out. Y que tienes dinero para cualquier abogado, me vale. Because I'm not going to let go of that individual. She's got my support. We're talking about the HIPAA violator from Donna who threatened Ana and had a judge sign a bench warrant for her arrest because por sus huevos. And I think that's effed up. What is she doing trying to intimidate people just because that individual is the godfather? Doesn't work with me. It's called official oppression. That's what he's doing. He's abusing of his power to do you a favor. And I have the recordings where you told me exactly what you're going to do, Arizona. So Tuesday, I will go look for your godfather, and I'm going to show him what you told me, what you're spreading out there, and what you're all about, Arizona. I'll tell you how it is. A mí no me vas a venir a asustar. Yo no soy Ana que, oh, you're going to threaten me. No, no, no. Tú haz lo que tengas que hacer, perra. Pero yo también voy a hacer lo que tenga que hacer para defenderme. That's how it works. No voy a dejar que una pinche hija en Arizona who does HIPAA violation tries to come intimidate me or intimidate anybody, guys. It doesn't work like that. Plain and simple. It doesn't work like that. Okay? You stay in your lane, I stay in my lane, and I do what I gotta do. Plain and simple. Now, moving forward, last night I had a show about addictions, guys. And I spoke about a craving that I had 2 weeks ago, and I know some of you all probably heard it, but before it cut off, I'm gonna go back and do a little quick summary, guys. I spoke with honesty, and I feel that's what it's supposed to be about: honesty and transparency, not about me feeding you all fucking corn or lying to y'all because I'm embarrassed of what I'm going in my personal life. No, it doesn't work like that. If I'm going to speak to y'all, I'm going to speak with sincerity because that's what it's all about, being transparent. I'm not going to go tell y'all that sometimes I have struggles because that's what it is. I struggle here and there. I go through depression. I go through whatever reasons, but I find ways to dig out of myself out of that hole. Now, do I live a perfect life? No, I do not. I'm not going to go say a fucking fairy tale that I live in a huge castle with horses and fucking, all this weird shit, because no, it doesn't work like that. And I said it before, addictions come in different formats. Look at Annette, she's an addict to food. She has gluttony. Esa ruca traga como si la tuvieran amarrada, como si no ha tragado en años, por eso está como está. La marrana Mantecosas on the same boat. Julie también está bien cuinona. June también está bien cuinona. And a bunch of those peacocks, and a bunch of those peacocks don't realize that they're going through an addiction. And they're going through depression and they're going through anxiety. Most of their family members are dying because of the person who they supposedly consider their leader is bringing all this hate upon themselves. The more negative shit you spill out there, the more death you wish upon people, it comes back 10 times worse on you. It unfolds on you 10 times worse. Look at you, Ophelia. You were making fun of Sylvia Marroquin's husband who was tendido at the funeral home. You were making all these jokes about this, and what happened 2 days later? Your brother passed away because you murdered him. Now, we have you making fun of Delia Rodriguez's daughter, a bunch of those peacocks, and guess what's going on? Some of them have breast cancer right now. Some of them have tacotes. Some of them are dying because of depression. Some of them are just going through all these rampages in their personal life. And guess what it is? It's payback's a bitch. It's called karma. Se le regresa toda la maldición y todo el daño que le hacen a uno, se le regresa para atrás a ustedes. Por eso están como pudriéndose, perras hambrientas culeras. Plain and simple. Now, When I spoke about, I had a craving a couple of weeks ago. What can I say? It happened. I got over it. Doesn't mean I relapsed, but I was here with transparency. And some of you all got offended. Some of y'all got upset. The hate page, of course, criticized me. But I can't change the fact that I am a recovered drug addict. I'm not gonna put myself in a bubble, live a life behind, stay indoors, and when I stay inside my house, lead to depression. I'm gonna tell you something, guys, that when I went through my addiction, I would isolate myself, meaning that I would lock myself behind four walls and I would sniff cocaine left and right. And so for me to go isolate myself is only gonna hurt me. I have a routine that I do every day in order for me to stay focused. Here and there, I have to make, I guess, adjustments to make things easier for myself. But there's one main reason I do not like being in my neighborhood as I should or at home, because here in my neighborhood, there's about 5 or 6 houses that sell cocaine. Okay? That doesn't mean it's their fault, because it's my choice whether or not to do it. Like my mother would always says, porque la vecina le decía a mi mamá, allá va esta a comprar la droga. Dice mi mamá, ¿de qué sirve hablarle a la policía si el pendejo es mi hijo? Porque como quiera si le echo la policía a esta persona, va a ir a dar a otra casa. So it was up to me to change and make myself into a better person, which I have, right? So the thing is that it's hard to live in the colonia here where I live because every other house sells cocaine, to be honest. And so when I go to my aunt's, to HEB in the town, whatever, I come back home. I don't have a social life here in the colonia the way I used to back then, where I would go, okay, voy a la casa del vecino, voy a contarme acá. Here and there, I do speak to, some of the friends that I have here, or acquaintance now, because I really don't associate with anybody from here. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna lock myself and throw away the key, guys. No, no, no. A person who's an addict has to learn how to cope with life. That is the key. Learning how to cope, how to build yourself up as an individual, and how to live a day at a time. I'm not gonna lock myself in the room anymore. I'm not gonna go through depression. I'm not gonna, isolate myself. I'm not gonna stop my daily routine because of a craving. That's not gonna stop me from being who I am, from trying to live a normal life. I went through rehabs. I went to Charlie's Detox. I went to Double A in Mexico. And even like that, when I went to those 2 rehabs, I relapsed at the time because I was not ready to change. I was not ready to say, you know what, I'm done with the bullshit. I'm done with the party life. I'm done living this fucked up life. It took time after that. Even when I enlisted to go in the military and I went AWOL from Fort Jackson, Fort Lee, all this other stuff, I still relapsed when I got out, guys. So it took time for me to be able to find myself. As a person who tells you, okay, you got to change your life. You got to do this. You got to not go here. A person will never understand you because you've never lived the life as an addict. When you put yourself in that shoes, when you live your life as an addict, you will understand. It's so quickly to judge an individual. It's so quickly to say, okay, this person is going through this because of this, and that. No, a person has to learn how to cope with life. That is the main thing right here. Learning how to cope, learning how to grow, learning how to build a relationship with your creator, which is God. Plain and simple. That is who you have to learn how to build a relationship. It's not about, I have to go to church. It's great to go to church. It's great to put, the word of God in your house, because remember, in your body, because remember, your body's a temple of Christ, guys. But building a relationship with God is the key to be able to embrace yourself, love yourself, have faith, and hope to do better in life. And I give you all this, I guess, testimony because, again, I'm not gonna lock myself and say, you know what, I'm done with life because I had a craving, or I'm gonna isolate myself, or I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that in life. No, I'm gonna continue to live a normal, or try to live a normal life. Once you try a drug, you do have a chemical imbalance in your blood, guys. You're never gonna be the same anymore. You tried a drug that fucked with your brain cells. It's not going to be the same. You're never going to be the same. So when my suegrita is trying to criticize me and say, okay, well, he did this. Well, look at your fucking sons. Your sons cannot hold a job. Look what happened to Hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite was let go for marijuana. On the other hand, you have Buffalo Bill, who's a crackhead, and now you have a pill popper, and everything you can't see in me. Guess what? You're living it in your own fucking household. You make all these remarks because of my sexual preference. Now you have a lesbian daughter. You say, okay, well, he's a drug addict and all this other stuff. Look at your kids. They can't even sustain a job. And now you say, oh, he's an addict and he's a tweaker. Look at yourself. You're an alcoholic. You're a scammer. You're a thief. You find ways to fuck people over. That's what you do. But at the end of the day, again, that is your choice. And that is the peacock's choice to continue to follow an individual like you who is full of hate. Because remember, I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. I disagree with a bunch of bullshit that you do. It just like, okay, you're attacking these kids again. You're attacking Frank. And I could tell you, you're calling that Frank's kid was a butterfly. Why go after an innocent child like that? A child that cannot go on social media and defend himself. A child that doesn't even know you exist. Why would you do that? Why would you try to belittle a kid? Now, a mí no me vas a decir, oh, because you talk shit about my adult disabled kids. Yeah, your adult disabled kids, y saben coger, saben hacer droga, saben fumar mota, saben hacer crack. Those are not kids anymore. They know from right or wrong. You have your pill popper, putona, baratona, y todo el pedo. She's not a little girl anymore. She knows what the hell she's doing. Pinche sideburns hasta acá. So, again, there's a huge different story here between your kids to this child right here. Now, last night, I also went live very late and I asked for support. The support was that, yes, guys, I was let go for my job. I am not working right now. I did file for my unemployment. I did send that, receipts to certain individuals to show them that I'm not throwing corn, I'm not bullshitting anybody. And I want to thank everybody who have helped me out, who have sent that Cash App donation. Obviously, nobody's obligated, pero se los pido de todo corazón. Si me quieren ayudar, pues ayúdenme. Y si no me van a ayudar, pues no hay pedo, guys. No hay ningún problema conmigo. I mean, I've always found a way to dig myself out of a hole. And I've always tried to find a way to be independent. Here and there, yes, I ask for support. But again, I don't obligate anybody to send me shit. Why are y'all going to send me shit? So if you have your own priorities to do it. If you have your own priorities to take care of, why am I going to ask you guys to send me anything? I do ask for support. And, and this time around is because I truly need it. Not because I'm going to here to go out or to do anything like that. Because I have 2 weeks where, like, what am I going to do? How am I going to catch up with these payments? So I ask you from the bottom of my heart, if you want to help out, great. If you cannot help out, pues no pasa nada, guys. Again, I say it with honesty and I say it with transparency that, if you want to help, great. A recovered addict will always have to learn better copy as skills yesterday to keep fighting their way through life. Exactly, Melissa. Exactly. So once you're a recovered drug addict, guys, you're never gonna live a normal life. No matter how hard you try to say, you know what, I'm gonna try to live a normal life. I'm gonna do this, do that. No, you can't. You're gonna try to cope with life, but you're never gonna live a normal life. And I mean, you could come tell me, okay, well, this and that and this and that. No, it's not gonna. You mark your life. You healed from those open wounds that have become scars. And that's why I always look at it like this. People say, well, you need to let go of the past. You need to let go of the past. You cannot let go of your past because your past is your living testimony. Not everybody survives an addiction. Let me tell you that. Not every human being will survive an addiction. That is why I say my past is a living testimony. We have people dying left and right with addictions, guys. We have people that are dying with overdose. And they don't have that opportunity to say, you know what, my past is a living testimony, because their life is cut short. Now that I have the opportunity that I am a changed person, I know that I could go save a life, guys, because I'm not doing any of that bullshit I was doing before. For those people that don't even know me, like Ophelia doesn't know who the hell I am. Most of those people don't even know who the hell I am. They never knew when I went through that addiction. They were not close to me. I didn't even know they existed. Now, if you want to know about my addiction, Contact people from my colonia. Contact people that live here that I used to hang out with. Contact my friend Stephanie who lived down the street. Contact my friend Beatty. Contact, and I know I'm mentioning names, and guess who's gonna try to get those names and say, "Oh, yo le habla a Beatty, yo le habla a Stephanie," which I know she's gonna lie, guys. But I'm just being truthful with you guys. Those are people you could contact because they knew me as an individual when I went through that. So again, guys, I'll say it again. If you guys would like to help out with any donation, my cash app is money sign Jaime 5200. Nobody's obligated to give me shit. Nobody has to do it. But if you want to, you could. Your solita needs to stop going live a lot, and she should start being a mother y que limpie la casa. Forget about limpiando la casa, guys. That's not something that they should really look into. But being a mother to her kids, I think her daughter's missing out. And I saw the calendar from the band, guys. Y mire que muchos dates are like family nights, family nights, family nights. How many nights has she gone to those family nights? Zero. Why? Because she's banned. She cannot participate in a family night. And it's embarrassing que van todos los kids y todo el pedo con su familia. Y onta mi suegra, nowhere to be found. She's on YouTube talking mierda left and right. While her daughter is having a family night event, toda loner, toda loser, because the mother cannot participate. It's a sad situation. De por sí que no, nunca tuvo papá. Y luego la mamá no vale verga. So está creciendo como una huerfanita. That's what it is. La paparazzi está creciendo como una huerfanita. They don't want Roña. They never wanted her there, guys. They don't want. Es un estorbo. Para esa familia de mi suegrita se avergüenzan de ella, guys. And clearly se avergüenzan de ella y de la pinche cara de sapo. And they don't want her in any school function. Of course, they don't want her in any school function, but she should at least try to participate one way or another, get involved. A lot of teams sell waters in intersections the dollar to raise money for uniforms or trips. Exactly, but she won't do it. Good job, Henry. Just remember, stay away from the negative. Thank you, Kendrick. So again, guys, I'll probably go live later on tonight for a quick show. I'll see you all tonight at 9. Y Dios me los bendiga, guys, a cada uno de ustedes. Hasta luego.